My name is Tracy, and my husband Jim and I are your national missionaries and Texas state missionaries to Waco, Texas. I was recently at the state meeting and I had given an update about the ministry, and I had talked to the ladies there that day about a recent outreach that we had done with a mission team, and I'd like to share it with you. If you have just a couple minutes, I've got to say, it has been probably my favorite mission outreach that we have ever done. So, and you can do it too. So that's why I'm sharing it here today. In the beginning of the year, a lot of times we'll have churches call that want to bring their youth group and they want to do a mission trip for the summer. And that was the case. Our Free Will Baptist Church, Connect Church in Russellville, Arkansas, reached out to us, and they had planned to bring a group of teenagers and chaperones the first week of June. So they did come out. Keep in mind, we had 13 teenagers and 4 adults that did come and help with this activity. So as the time got closer for them to come, I began to do the normal things like order supplies, make schedule. Okay, let's just be honest about this. We always do flyer sweeps with our mission groups. We always have barbecue from Helberg. We always eat, and we eat a lot, and we eat well. And we have to sightsee, because you cannot come to Waco, Texas and not go to Magnolia or to the Dr. Pepper Museum. So we've got to get all these things in the 4 or 5 days that they're here. But I started thinking we need to do something else. Currently, we are meeting in a rented school, so we don't really have a facility where we could do like a vacation Bible school. Our area does not have a park, so we really can't do like a day camp or things like that. So I would like to take some credit and say this was all my big bright idea, but it wasn't. I actually saw it on Facebook or maybe Instagram, I'm not sure. But I talked to the pastor, Pastor Jim, and I said, hey, we need to do this. And he said, I've seen the videos. So we were all in. So I did what any church planter does. We started watching videos. And so we watched to try to get an idea, like, how do we set it up? What are the essentials? What do we need? I even Googled did I tell you what it was? We decided to do a drive-through prayer. So I Googled drive-through prayer checklist. So when we get off here, you Google it and you walk through it too, because I think you're going to want to do this. So we stockpiled some items that we were going to need, walked through the checklist, and I got to tell you, it was amazing. It was my favorite thing, I think, that we've done with youth in a very long time, if not ever. So it looks a lot like a youth car wash. Matter of fact, we did have 2 cars that wanted their car wash and were a little upset that we were only praying and wouldn't wash their car. But we gave them what we had. We gave them water and flyers and things like that. They had to go get their car washed somewhere else. We set it up kind of like it was talked about. We had people on the street that had cardboard signs that were trying to direct people in. We had people that were assigned to direct traffic. We had people that were assigned to give them water that had our labels on it and our QR code for our church. We had people that were assigned a cooling station. We had people that were assigned to pray with the people in the car. They didn't have to get out. And then we had another area where we had salvational tracts and church flyers and things like that to give them before they actually drove out of the parking lot. And I got to tell you, it was my favorite thing ever. I actually loved it. I'm pretty sure I held the honk if you love Jesus sign way longer than I should have. I know I robbed some kids of some simple pleasure, some simple joy, because I was having a ball. But what I also noticed, two things, is the kids kept coming off their line when we were cycling them, and they wanted to be by the cars. They wanted to pray with these total strangers. They wanted to hear the prayer requests. They wanted to meet the need. And that touched my heart. We also had a lady from another church that showed up, and she held a sign for probably an hour while she texted photos to her pastor and their evangelism team or mission outreach team. I can't remember what they called it. And she kept telling them, we have to do this in our area. Their church is about 20 miles from us. And she was provoked to good works, watching the kids minister and watching them meet a need for the unchurched, non-Christian community. You see, it's my firm belief that sometimes we just don't see the need because we're not where they're at and we're not where the people are. And we had position that day right next to the Dollar General and between a donut shop. So people were coming to meet physical needs, and there was just a simple little reminder, hey, the Church of God is here to help you with your spiritual needs. It was great. And you say, well, what did you, because a lot of people are just very, well, what about the bones of it? You know, did anybody show up at church, you know, from this? Or yes, they did. We had 3 first-time visitors that Sunday, and you should have seen their faces. The mission team, when those people got out of the car that they recognized, and it was the people that they had prayed with the day before. It did something to those kids. It was immediately noticed that they had met a need for someone. And then the church was able to meet a need also during that worship service. If we don't get in the streets, we don't see the need. So enjoy the photos that are attached. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or message me. I'm on Facebook. You can also call me if you'd like. My phone number is on Facebook as well. You got to do it. You got to try it. It'll take you about 2 weeks of planning. You got to do it. Print off that drive-through prayer checklist. Get in your streets. Tell them where you're at. Show them a little love. Give them a cup of cold water in Jesus' name.